Hey everyone, welcome back to Wiki University. I am your professor, Kyle Burseth, and this is the podcast where my student, Jheisson Nunez, and I connect two topics. We're going to connect two topics on this episode of Wiki University. As always, welcome to the podcast. The number one student here at WikiU, and the only student at the moment, Jheisson Nunez.
Thank you, guys. Thank you, Kyle. And first and foremost, thank you if it's your first time listening. And second and first most, please like and review us on Apple Podcasts and or Spotify. And almost more importantly, just tell a friend.
All right, Jheisson, do you want to just dive in here? Are you ready? You ready for class? What's going on?
I'm ready for class. I'm kind of getting hungry, which is kind of leads into my topic today.
Oh, really?
I
didn't ask yet.
Okay.
What's your topic today?
My topic today is the curse of the Colonel. I don't know if you've heard about this ancient curse. Ancient KFC curse.
Oh, it's that Colonel.
Yeah. Did you know that the C in KFC stands for curse?
I thought it stood for Colonel.
Kentucky Fried Colonel?
Kentucky Fried Colonel. Yeah,
No.
They deep fried the Colonel, and that's what cursed them.
It definitely stands for Kentucky Fried Curse, and that's what we're going to be talking about today, a.k.a. the curse of the Colonel, an ancient Japanese curse.
Ancient Japanese curse? I
Yeah.
thought the Colonel was American.
Yeah, and that's what's so scary to the Japanese. It's a white colonel haunting the Japanese. I'd be scared too. And I think I've had a couple run-ins with the ghost of the colonel.
Oh boy, this better not be a diarrhea story.
No.
Oh, a different curse.
No, more like a cholesterol curse.
Oh.
I used to go to KFC pretty much once a weekend. Every Friday was a
Once a weekend?
Yeah, is that a lot?
That's a lot of fried chicken, I think. So
I used to do the old Fridays was Curse of the Colonel Day in my household. And but no, I don't know too much about this topic. I touched on it briefly through my perusing of the internet.
Perusing
of the internet. And so yeah, you want to take it from there? What's your topic for today?
Sure. So it is St. Patrick's Day. It's my people's day.
Okay. I didn't know you were Irish. I thought you were just white.
Yeah, I'm Irish.
Okay.
Yeah, as it turns out. And I was always curious about the Blarney Stone, which I know nothing about.
No idea. Is that is that where the sword is stuck in?
No, there's no sword in it, but I know you kiss it. You got to make out with this stone. And I think it's like good luck. It's maybe you get the luck of the Irish.
Yes.
I'm not entirely sure.
Yeah, the Irish people known for their luck.
Known for their luck. They're lucky that they got away from that potato famine.
What I just heard, I've only, funny enough, recently heard of this Blarney Stone.
You were reading ahead?
I was no, recently, not today.
I
read
it.
outside of this podcast.
No, I don't like.
I'm on my third
that.
book this year. I'm going into a nice landing average of a book a month. So
third book this year.
Third book this year.
A few podcasts back, you said it's the fifth book of your life. So I'm impressed.
Yeah. I thought we touched on that last podcast.
We touched.
Yeah, and so what was I getting to?
Something about the Blarney Stone. You were doing
I recently
research.
I recently just came across the Blarney Stone. I didn't know much of it, but all I heard of it's this tourist. It's the biggest tourist attraction in Ireland, I believe, or one of the biggest.
Well, it's got to be one of the biggest.
Sure, I don't know. I don't care for the Ireland and
the Ireland.
Yeah, especially for the stone. Apparently, okay. What I heard is that all these, the Irish. Unadulterated teen youths out there, they are the unhinged out there, the youth.
The unhinged Irish youth.
Apparently,
you heard it here first.
Apparently what they do is to dick over all these tourists is they go, at late hours, off hours, and just piss all over the stone and stuff because they know people go there specifically to kiss it.
So you're saying that these Irish teens break into a castle.
Yeah, the unhinged. Not all Irish teens.
The unhinged youth of Ireland break into a castle.
Yes. Oh, it's inside of a castle?
It's inside. So they storm.
Hey, good for them.
They storm the castle.
Yeah.
And pee on the stone.
Yeah, I can believe that. I've heard of worse of the youth doing.
You can't just say you can believe that. This was what you said is happening.
Yeah,
You're backtracking pretty quickly there.
No, it was on an article of KFC Weekly.
That's where you get all your
That's
news.
to get all my news. The Colonel. But no, I believe you can't. You don't think that's true? You don't think?
No, I think you're full of shit.
But also, in the time of COVID now, why would you go to a place where multiple people touch and kiss and grope?
I mean, my God, Jheisson, COVID spread through the lungs, not through the lips.
Yeah. What do you mean? Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
I thought COVID was a sexually transmitted disease.
Oh,
and kissing, as we all know, is the
Sex.
gateway to sex.
Kissing is sex.
Yeah.
All right, so do you want to start with the Curse of the Colonel and go to the Blarney Stone, or do you want to start with the Blarney Stone and go to the Curse of the Colonel?
I feel like both these things are like on the same level of Wikipedia, like the same plane of like,
Yeah.
kind of, I don't know, like odd mystery, like almost a little like, I don't know, like
That's like folklore.
yes,
little
it became
bit.
folk, yeah, which obviously the Curse of the Colonel a lot more rapidly than the Blarney Stone. But tell me more about the Blarney Stone, though. All you said was that it was your topic, and that was inside of a castle.
Well, geez.
Is it a stone?
You couldn't even let me get words out.
Is it a stone?
I believe it's a stone, and it's part of a castle, and people have to they have to lay on their back and pull themselves through under this wall to kiss the stone. You got to get in a kind of a precarious position.
Okay. So it's like you kind of slide underneath it?
You slide
You kinda
underneath.
go, like, get
and
a little-
kiss up. You
like a
slide
little-
under, kiss up.
Like a little upskirt action.
And yeah,
You right?
an up Blarney.
An uplar.
That's what they call upskirts in Ireland.
Yo, that's kind of all right, I can get into it. If they have me on my back kissing something.
Yeah, and that's not all. I mean, while your head's under there, you don't even know what's going on with your legs.
Meaning,
Let your imagination run wild, Jheisson.
but what's its origins? Like what is it who blessed it that is so lucky?
Hey, man, I don't know. I mean,
Well, you're the teacher.
I am the teacher, and usually I have topics that I want people to learn about, but this is a topic I want to learn about.
I see.
It's a selfish day for me and my people.
Sure.
Yeah.
Why not take another selfish day?
What's that supposed to mean?
Oh, you know what your people did.
The Irish? You
Yeah.
said they have no luck.
That
I think you're confusing the Irish with the English.
the English are the ones with no luck?
No, the English are the ones that their people did a lot.
Yeah, they created their own luck.
Oh, yeah, they manifested their own luck. So where do you want to start here, Jheisson? Curse of the Colonel or Blarney Stone?
I'm excited to get to the Colonel. Like, I'm excited to dive in more into the Colonel. So I say we start with Blarney, and then,
Here we go.
let's do it.
The Blarney Stone is a block of carbon fiber. What's that word?
Which one? Carbonifine.
Carboniferous limestone built into the battlements of Blarney Castle. Blarney, about 8 kilometers or 5 miles from Cork, Ireland, according to legend, kissing the stone endows the kisser with the gift of gab. The stone was set into a tower of the castle in 1446. The castle is a popular tourist site in Ireland, attracting visitors from all over the world to kiss the stone and tour the castle and its gardens.
Real quick, go up real quick. You skimmed over the part of what the gift of the gab is.
Oh, I assumed everyone knew what gift of gab is.
No.
You're not familiar with gift of gab?
Not
Get
familiar with
out of
gift of
here.
gab. No.
Get out of here, Jheisson.
Never
no,
heard of it.
leave.
Who's Gabriella?
Gabriella? The gift of gab, as it says here, is great eloquence or skill at flattery.
Okay.
But
so
I would
that
say it's
describes the Irish people. I haven't met a eloquent nor flattering Irishman or Irish woman.
Well, I haven't met an eloquent or flattery Peruvian person.
Yeah, but there isn't a stone in Peru claiming that everyone
Isn't
who
there,
kisses it-
Jason?
No.
Isn't there?
No, there isn't.
wouldn't
It's
be
just
sur-
gold there. Old buried gold
There was gold
that we'll
there.
never touch again.
Anyway, I'm surprised you haven't heard of the gift of gab, but I would say it's a little broader than just the skill of flattery. I'd say it's also the ability
To deceive people?
to like walk into a room and talk to anyone
Okay.
and be like the center of attention, or not even the center of attention, but someone that is able to, move about a room and really be comfortable gabbing away to people.
Sure.
And that's the gift of gab.
Okay. No, I've never heard of it. Where's, aside from this, where would I find the gift of gab? What's another way to obtain?
Local grocery store.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
On sale?
Yeah. On sale? No. The gift of gab doesn't go on sale. You got to talk your way into the sale.
What other legends?
And then ye shall have the gift.
What can I do? What other legends does the gift of gab come from? Like aside
The curse of the colonel.
Ooh, that'd be great.
What do you mean? What other legends does you mean? How else can you attain the
Yes.
gift of gab? Probably by taking a class, a speech class,
Okay.
at any local community college or university.
So the gift of gab is solely comes from this stone. That's where its origin is from.
It's legend, Jason.
What's legend? The gift of
What
gab?
do you mean? You
Like,
kiss the stone.
I'm asking about
you
like
kiss the stone, and the kisser gets the gift of gab.
I'm asking about
And
is it
COVID.
chicken or the egg kind of thing, where it's like
Oh,
was
okay.
the stone first and the stone led to people getting the gift of gab, or the gift of gab was already a thing, and hey, guess what? When you kiss the stone, you'll get the gift of gab. That's what I'm asking.
Well, yes, I would say the gift of gab did not exist before the year 1446, when this random stone that they found in a field, was installed in this castle.
Okay.
Prior to that, people couldn't speak to each other.
That was the silent era.
Exactly.
Okay. Well, now I wrap my head around that.
Yeah,
We can move
now
forward.
it's perfectly clear,
Yep.
I'm sure. The word Blarney has come to mean clever, flattering, or coaxing talk. Irish politician John O'Connor Power defined it in this way. Blarney is something more than mere flattery. It is flattery sweetened by humor and favored by wit. Those who mix with Irish folk have many examples of it in their everyday experience.
Yo, of course that politician won. His last name is O'Connell Power.
O'Connell Power.
Like,
yeah.
that's amazing. That's like saying Irish Power. Of course he's going to win. He's out there saluting because his last name is Irish Power.
Irish
Jesus.
Pretty good.
Yeah. He didn't need the gift of gab. He just needed his fucking last name.
Do you want to see the origins here, or we could go to legend, or the ritual of making out with the stone?
Yeah, let's go.
Different
into the
Disney movie.
ritual. Let's do ritual.
All right, ritual. We're skipping the origins. The
Whoa. That reminds me of
Yeah.
the guillotine episode.
Oh my
'Cause-
God, that guy's head is.
For our listeners, the person's almost tilted backwards where it looks like he's decapitated, but he's trying to get underneath the stone, getting help by another old man.
I wish there was an image where it kind of circled which stone it is, because it looks like, based on this picture, people have been kissing a pretty broad area. You know how you rub a copper statue and there's like the gold finger or something?
No,
Or a bronze statue? Is it copper or bronze? Anyway, you see metal statues like you used to see it in DC a lot,
okay.
where there is people can touch it, and especially hands. Like if there's a hand that's pointing, they touch the finger, and the finger is gold.
Like fading or something.
It's usually bright colored, where the rest of the statue has a patina. And in this case, you
Has a
can
what now?
a patina. In this case, do you know what a patina is?
We should have gone straight to that.
In this case, the stone is kind of darker, like it's covered with human spit, whereas the
Yes.
stone around it is just
Dry, a little more dry.
Yeah,
It's
a little
it's-
drier.
Yeah, a little more. You can tell it just looks like it's an original brick.
Exactly.
But yeah, and also the name Blimey makes me
Blarney.
Blarney, sorry, but it makes me think.
But blimey,
Yeah,
I think that's.
it makes me think of something slimy though. It makes me think like Blarney.
I
is
can see
like
how blimey makes you think of that, but Blarney?
it just makes me think like something is dripping from there.
Mm.
Blarney. Like what's all that
That's the
goop. It's all Blarney.
That's the gab.
That's all the Blarney there.
That's all the gab on there, man. You're getting it.
I don't want to get it through the mouth, though.
Get it and give it.
Can I get it somewhere else?
No, you can only get the gift of gab through the mouth.
So what's the ritual?
The ritual of kissing the Blarney Stone, according to the castle's proprietors, has been performed by millions of people, including world statesmen, literary giants, and legends of the silver screen. The kiss, however, is not casually achieved. To touch the stone with one's lips, the participant must ascend to the castle's peak, then lean over backwards on the parapet's edge. This is traditionally achieved with the help of an assistant, although the parapet is now filled with wrought iron guide rails and protective crossbars. The ritual can still trigger attacks of acrophobia. What's acrophobia? Fear of heights? Extreme or irrational fear or phobia of heights. Okay, yeah, I could see how you'd be worried about falling through the hole. Before the safeguards were installed, the kiss was performed with the real risk to life and limb, as participants were grasped by their ankles and dangled bodily from the height. It doesn't say what the height is.
Was the ritual dying as well? But some people must have gotten accidentally let go, right?
I don't know. I hope so. I mean, that would make it more interesting. Yeah. Well, they didn't get the gift of gab. Maybe on their way down, they were like,
for like
screaming flatteries. Yeah.
You got a phone number on the way down. That's impressive.
Wow. Yeah, that's quick moves. In the Sherlock Holmes radio let's skip that sentence. It was in Sherlock Holmes.
Dramatization.
The Adventure of the Blarney Stone, first broadcast in March 1946. A man attempting to kiss the Blarney Stone falls to his death.
There you go.
Holmes' investigation reveals this as a murder, the man's boots having been surreptitiously greased before the attempt. Greased boots.
That's a classic killer's method.
So wait, was the inside of the boots greased or the outside? Because he would slip out of the boots if the inside of the boots were greased.
In my head, it was that the inside of the boots were greased.
Okay, so the boots are just hanging. We got to hear this episode. This is a radio broadcast?
Yeah. No, it's a radio dramatization.
Oh, dramatization.
Yeah.
Don't make me say that word. It is claimed that the synonymy of Blarney with empty flattery or beguiling talk derives from one of two sources. One story involves the goddess of something and Cormac McCarthy, not the author. Another legend suggests that Queen Elizabeth I requested Cormac McCarthy, the Lord of Blarney, to be deprived of his traditional land rights. Cormac traveled to see the Queen, but was certain he would not persuade her to change her mind as he wasn't an effective speaker. He met an old woman on the way who told him, boy, I could use the gift of reading here, who told him that anyone who kissed a particular stone in Blarney Castle would be given the gift of eloquent speech. Cormac went on to persuade the Queen that he should not be deprived of his land, so it worked. According to tradition at Texas Tech University, a stone fragment on display since 1939 outside the old electrical engineering building is a missing piece of the Blarney Stone. How this was determined is unknown. All right, that's pretty much the article.
How old was the Queen when he swindled her?
When he swindled her for his own land?
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, Queen Elizabeth I...
Because if she was like an old queen, it was just like, come on, man.
She wasn't an old queen.
Okay, right,
I mean, she died at 69, so she couldn't have been, 69 back then was like...
Still hilarious?
105? Still hilarious. Oh, yeah.
That's true, though. That's super old for back then. Okay.
All right, so where do you want to go here? We're trying to get to the curse of the Colonel, so maybe something like...
The gift of the gab, then.
The gift of the gab?
Yeah, there's got to be more stuff in there, no?
Silver tongue is a C also from gift of gab.
Ooh, let's go on silver tongue.
All right. Jeez, what is this taking to?
This is the worst.
It's taking us to like...
It's pretty much a
A dictionary?
Yeah, that's what it was actually. It took us to the Wikipedia
The
dictionary.
Wikipedia dictionary.
Which that's not what we're about.
Which
we're
is a
about
place...
the Wikipedia. I was about to call it the Expedia of words. Wikipedia.
Encyclopedia.
The Expedia of words.
.com.
Yeah.
Okay. So we could go to... Oh, I see the Battle of Bannockburn. You want to go to that?
Yeah.
The Battle of Bannockburn on the 23rd and 24th of June, 1314, was a victory of the army of King of Scots Robert the Bruce from Braveheart over the army of King Edward II of England in the First War of Scottish Independence. This is Braveheart.
Robert the Bruce of Braveheart
Robert
and
the
King
Bruce.
Edward II of England. Whoa.
Yeah,
I bet that's awesome that back then they knew him as Robert the Bruce from Braveheart.
That is amazing. Although it did not bring an end to the war, as victory would only be secured 14 years later, Bannockburn is still a major landmark in Scottish history. King Edward II invaded Scotland after Bruce demanded in 1313 that all supporters still loyal to ousted Scottish King John Balliol acknowledge Bruce as their king or lose their lands. Man, a lot of fighting over lands back then.
That was the big thing back then. Now it's what? Oil?
Mineral rights,
land still.
oil, still land, yeah.
Pretty much.
Turns
Because
out
all those things are inland.
the Scottish army was divided into 3 divisions, commanded by Bruce, his brother Edward Bruce, and his nephew, the Earl of Moray.
Bruce.
After Robert Bruce killed Sir Henry de Bohun on the first day of the battle, the English... Do you think... When did they decide, like, all right, this is going to be a 2-day battle. Let's all take the night and come back tomorrow. Like, does it just keep going?
Well, back then, weren't there, like, contracts, like, written up? And, like, this is when we attack, and then this is when you attack.
I don't know that it was quite that orchestrated.
I think that was more like the colonial times. Or
I don't
like
think
that.
even that.
Then I have no idea. Then I don't know. I'm not one for war.
One of your topics one time was the Battle of Tsushima.
Yeah, well,
that was a war.
Yeah, but I just mean the ins and outs.
Oh, you're not an expert on military strategy.
I'm no expert. I'm a mere audience member, a spectator to the great sport of war.
Most medieval battles were short-lived, lasting only a few hours, so the Battle of Bannockburn is unusual in that it lasted 2 days. On June 23rd, 1314, 2 English cavalry formations advanced. The first one was commanded by some dude and by some other dude. They encountered a body of Scots led by Robert the Bruce. Bruce and some other dude, nephew of the Earl of something, faced off in what would become a celebrated instance of single combat. Bond charged at Bruce, and when the two passed side by side, Bruce split Bond's head with his axe. Whoa, death by axe on horseback?
That's badass.
That is badass. Do you hang on to the axe when you split it? Like, is it like a baseball bat where you split, then...
You might twist your shoulder at that point.
I'm wondering.
Right? I mean, if you hit him strong enough where it's like stuck in the
where
skull.
It gets lodged. I've hit some pieces of wood, and it's like sometimes you're pulling it out.
Don't pull out.
The Scots then rushed the English forces under Gloucester's and the other dude's command, who retreated, struggling back over the Bannockburn. We never discovered what a Bannockburn is. Anyway, the 2nd English Cavalry Force was commanded by a dude and a dude. Their forces included some dude and some father, blah, blah, blah. This other guy described the battle. That's too long. Let's get to the second day of the battle. During the night, the English forces crossed the stream known as the Bannockburn, establishing their position on the plain beyond it. So it sounds like maybe everyone decided, all right, we're going to go to bed. And then the English, untucked their blankets, packed up, and creeped.
They unsewed their What's it called? Like nut sacks or something?
They're not. Oh,
Didn't they?
I'm sorry. Explain the.
I'm sorry. I'm still in my
wait,
head.
Wait, you don't know a lot about military strategy?
Okay.
The sewing of the nutsacks?
In my head, once you said Braveheart, I had Mel Gibson stuck in my head.
Uh-huh.
But I'm thinking Mel Gibson from The Patriot, not Mel Gibson from Braveheart. So I keep thinking Colonial War.
Yeah, and I keep thinking where the scene was in The Patriot where they were sewing nutsacks.
Yeah, they're like, there's a whole you get in a nutsack.
When
when
Heath Ledger was consummating his marriage?
No, he wasn't consummating. That's
Oh,
the
he
thing. They weren't married yet.
They were trying to keep him from consummating.
Right. Which I guess meant, in war you don't really need that, but
yeah,
classic Englishmen.
I don't think the soldiers were trying to deflower each other at night.
You don't know that.
I don't know it. I just said I think.
Okay. Yeah.
In the morning, the Scots advanced from New Park. Not long after daybreak, Edward was surprised to see the Scottish pikemen emerge from the cover of the woods and advance towards his position. As Bruce's army drew nearer, they paused and knelt in prayer. Edward reportedly said in surprise, "They pray for mercy, yes." One of his attendants replied, "But from God, not you. These men will conquer or die." That's crazy that there are people advancing from the woods and they're like, we should pray. We should probably pray for them, for their mercy. The Earl of Gloucester had argued with the other dude over who should lead the vanguard into battle. He had also tried to persuade the king that the battle should be postponed. This led the king to accuse him of cowardice. Goaded by the accusation, the Earl of Gloucester advanced to meet the Scots. Few accompanied Gloucester, and when he reached the Scottish lines, he was quickly surrounded and killed. God, he just got, taunted. The other dude was like, pussy, pussy, pussy. And then he just was like, I'll show you.
I'll show you.
And he didn't show him.
I mean, he showed them.
Yeah, showed them his split head.
Yeah.
The English were gradually pushed back and ground down by the Scots. What is this word? Schiltrons?
Never seen it.
Schiltrons.
Schiltrons?
A schiltron is a compact body of troops forming a battle array, shield wall, or another unknown word. Flanks. The English longbowmen attempted to support the advance of the knights, but were ordered to stop shooting as they were causing casualties among their own.
So the Scots won that one.
The Scots won that one. And they were like, we are on our way to freedom. And 14 years later, they had it.
So, but it was the English who were trying to get one up on them, right? It was the English who started first, who said, "Hey, let's take a break," but then kept an eye open, say, "Let's go."
Yeah, let's keep going. And it was the English invading Scotland to begin with.
But the Scots, okay, they stood their ground. I love it.
Look at this, though. I didn't know this. This is like the sequel to Braveheart here. The defeat of the English opened up the north of England to Scottish raids and allowed the Scottish invasion of Ireland. I didn't know the Scots invaded Ireland. When did Ireland... Is there like an Irish Braveheart?
Possible. I mean...
So down in the arts under this, Scots Waha, which sounds like something...
Like a Wawa?
It's a song, is the title of a patriotic poem by Robert Burns. The chorus of Scotland's unofficial national anthem, Flower of Scotland, refers to Scotland's victory over Edward and the English at Bannockburn. Many artworks depict the battle, blah, blah, blah. Let's see what else. That's the end of the article here. All right, we got to find something else here. Okay, well, I think...
Go to Colonel.
Oh,
there's got to be a colonel in war.
Yeah,
right?
There's got to be a colonel in war, but I don't know. These were all like...
Did the Scots have colonels?
The Duke of something.
Right, I don't think they had colonels back then.
Let's just go to something that pops out at us.
What's Stirling Castle?
Oh, Stirling Castle. All right, let's go to Stirling Castle. Maybe it's haunted.
Okay. Hopefully.
Stirling Castle, located in Stirling, is one of the largest and most important castles in Scotland, both historically and architecturally. The castle sits atop Castle Hill, an intrusive crag which forms part of the Stirling Sill geological formation. It is surrounded on 3 sides by steep cliffs, giving it a strong defensive position. Its strategic location guarding what was, until 1890s, the furthest downstream crossing of the River Forth has made it an important fortification in the region from the earliest times. Most of the principal buildings of the castle date from the 15th and 16th century. A few structures remain from the 14th century. It's a big castle. Let's see the Great Hall. That is a great hall.
Pretty big.
Look at all that woodwork.
Vaulted ceilings, big fan.
Big fan of vaulted ceilings?
Oh, yeah.
On the east side of the inner close is the Great Hall, or Parliament Hall. This was built by James, what's the IV? The 6th? Or the 4th?
Mm-hmm.
Following, you're my Roman numeral correspondent.
Sweet. I was in a Roman fraternity.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Which one?
But I still went Greek.
Nice. Described as the grandest secular building erected in Scotland in the late Middle Ages. That's getting pretty specific there. It represents the first example of Renaissance-influenced royal architecture in that country. It was worked on by a number of English craftsmen and incorporates some English design ideas, being comparable to Edward the Fourth's hall at Eltham Palace in Kent, built in the late 1470s. It includes Renaissance details such as the intersecting tracery on the windows with a conventional medieval plan. Inside are 5 fireplaces. That's a lot of fireplaces. It is 42 by 14.25 meters across. The original hammer beam roof was removed in 1800, along with the decorative crenellated. What's that mean? Let's hover. Crenellated, a battlement in defensive architecture such...
Oh, like the Great Wall of China.
Yeah, the example appears to be the Great Wall of China. So it's a big wall.
Hey, there's Gothic.
Ooh,
Gothic, you can get a lot of curses and Gothic lore, right?
We could also get to the curse of...
Gothic might go into... I knew it. It was going to go into architecture.
It took us to Gothic architecture.
Yeah. Oh, but Gothic art. Then there's Gothic art.
All right, we'll go to Gothic art.
Which I still think rims the architecture.
Okay, so the curse of the Colonel, though, that's baseball related?
No, that's chicken related.
I think it's baseball related from the brief amount that I read.
I think it's I believe it was the curse fell on a sports team. That is correct. I think so.
Okay,
yeah.
A Japanese baseball team.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember which one, but we could also get to baseball rather than curses.
Yeah, yes.
All right.
Or we could also get to KFC, I feel like.
Oh, yeah, we
right?
could get to KFC. Wow. The options are endless here. Okay, Gothic art is a style of medieval art that developed in northern France out of Romanesque art in the 12th century AD, led by the concurrent development of Gothic architecture. It spread all over Western Europe and much of northern, southern, and central Europe, never quite effacing more classical styles in Italy. In the late 14th century, the sophisticated court style of International Gothic developed, which continued to evolve until the late 15th century in many areas, especially Germany. Late Gothic art continued well into the 16th century before being subsumed into Renaissance art. Okay.
That's crazy. If you go up a little bit, it says that the Virgin Mary, images of the Virgin Mary changed from Byzantine iconic form to a more human and affectionate mother.
Oh.
So during this time, it was when she she threw on that blue blouse that we all know.
Wait, that's when?
I guess, right?
Oh, I thought the Virgin Mary went goth. She painted her fingernails black and started wearing black. And
I think it says images of the Virgin Mary changed
from
the Byzantine iconic form to a more human and affectionate mother.
I assumed the Byzantine iconic form... Oh, I assumed that was like big halo around her.
Virgin Mary, here to stay.
That was her motto?
Yeah. She said her own name. She said, Hi, I'm Virgin Mary, and I'm here to stay.
So get ready. You're all virgins now. Whoa, there's the Virgin Mary. She covered in hair?
It looks like. Oh, it's like her own hair.
Whoa. Oh, wait, that's Gothic Mary Magdalene.
Oh, okay. She looks like a Sasquatch.
She does look like a thin Sasquatch.
Yeah, like a Sasquatch you'd find on Tinder.
Yeah, they kept it tight. Oh, iconography was affected by changes in theology, with depictions of the Assumption of Mary gaining ground on the older death of the Virgin, and in devotional practices such as the Devotio Moderna. That's the vaccine I got.
Ooh, good.
Yeah, the Devotio Moderna, which produced new treatments of Christ in subjects such as...
Oh, you got new treatments of Christ.
yeah. Let's see here.
Wounds of Passion. Why does Passion have a link? Can you see that right there?
Where's that? Oh, Passion.
Mm-hmm.
In Christianity, the Passion is the short final period in the life of Jesus Christ.
Oh, okay.
So I believe that was another, speaking of Mel Gibson, didn't he do The Passion of the Christ?
I believe he did. I believe there's also a sequel coming out. A squeakquel.
A squeakquel?
Yeah.
To The Passion of the Christ?
Yeah.
Where Christ is played by a mouse?
Yes.
Is that why it's a squeakquel?
Yes, and he comes back 3 days later. As cheese.
What was the Virgin Mary's motto? I'm here to stay.
Hi, I'm the Virgin Mary, and I'm here to stay.
Hey, I'm Jesus. I'm back, and I'm also here to stay.
Yeah.
All right, we got to move on here. We got to get further away from
religion.
I don't want to get stuck in a religion hole. We've been there before.
Yes, we have. They're hard to come out of.
Very hard to come out of.
Ooh, stained glass.
That's as religious as you get.
I mean, I made stained glass art, and I'm not religious. I was taught in a public school, not a Catholic school.
Okay, you want to go to stained glass?
Yeah.
Oh boy. The term stained glass refers either to colored glass as a material or to works created from it. Throughout its 1,000-year history, the term has been applied almost exclusively to the windows of churches and other significant religious buildings. God damn you. Although traditionally made in flat panels and used as windows, the creations of modern stained glass artists also include three-dimensional structures and sculpture. Let's go to glass production here. During the late medieval period, glass factories were set up where there was a ready supply of silica, the essential material for glass manufacture. Silica requires a very high temperature to melt, something not all glass factories were able to achieve. Such materials as potash, soda, and lead can be...
Potash. Give me some of that potash. Let me get some of that potash, girl. Damn.
Trying to make some glass over here.
Let me get some potash. Give me some of that potash. Ooh, muff. Some muff, too. Cyberglass or glass or muff.
Where do you see muff?
It's right there. It's in big bold letters.
Where's the muff section?
The biggest bold letters right there.
Oh.
Yeah, I'm not making
Cylinder,
it up.
glass, or muff.
Yeah.
Using a blowtorch, a gather of molten glass.
Blowpipe, not blowtorch.
Oh.
Is it blow? I don't know what a blowpipe is. Is it a blowtorch?
Using a blowpipe, a gather of molten glass is taken from the pot heating in the furnace. Have you ever seen someone blow glass?
On the show, Blow Me? I'm not fucking with you. The Netflix show. I don't know what it's called. It said like Blow Your Mind or some shit like that.
Okay, so it's not called Blow Me.
I'm fairly sure it's something close to Blow Me, but it's a competition reality show of glass makers, glass blowers.
I can't believe that's a show.
Oh, it's fucking awesome.
Really?
Love it. Yeah.
Really?
It's fucking awesome. Yep, I love it.
All right, everybody.
It's a really fun show. Season 2, out on Netflix now.
Everybody tune into Blow Me.
Yeah.
On Netflix.
Just type in Blow Me on Google.
And it'll come up.
Yeah.
Google Blow
pictures.
Me.
Images.
Using metal tools, molds of wood that have been soaking in water and gravity, the gather is manipulated to form a long cylindrical shape.
Soaking in gravity?
Soaking in water and gravity. Sorry, I might have missed a word there, but wood that have been soaking in water and gravity, Sorry, it's worded a little weird.
It is, right.
But
It
they're
sounded like it was-
using metal tools, molds of wood that have been soaking in water, and gravity.
Right.
The wood has also been soaking in gravity because it's just there.
It's just there.
Once brought to the desired size, it is left to cool. One side of the cylinder is opened. It is put into another oven to quickly heat and flatten it, and then placed into an annealer to cool it at a controlled rate, making the material more stable. Hand-blown cylinder, also called muff glass, and crown glass were the types used in ancient stained glass windows. Stained glass windows were normally in churches and chapels and religious places.
Soda lime glass. What's that?
You want to go to soda lime glass?
Let's do it. Soda. They sell that at fast food places.
Well played, Jason. That's all right. Now we're getting somewhere. I like where your head's at.
I'm thinking.
Soda lime glass is also called soda lime silica glass. It is the most prevalent type of glass used for window panes and glass containers, bottles and jars for beverages, food, and some commodity items. Some glass bakeware is made of soda lime glass as opposed to the more common borosilicate glass. I'd rather do soda lime glass too because it's just easier to say. Soda lime glass accounts for about 90% of manufactured glass. Let's get down to beverages and try. I assume beverages is in here, right? Uses? It's not. Ooh, let's go to glass recycling.
Let's do it.
I am curious.
How do you recycle glass here? You throw it in the recycle bin, correct?
Me personally?
Yeah.
No, I've been bringing all my glass bottles here to your apartment and leaving them.
But I've been putting it in the recycle bin.
Oh, good.
So that's what
then
you're doing.
yes, I have been doing that.
Because I did look it up. It says you can do that.
Bring them here.
Bring them here.
To
bring
drop
them to
them
my
off
house,
at your place.
and then throw it in the recycle bin.
Perfect.
So I've been doing that.
All right. Glass recycling is the processing of waste glass into usable products. Glass that is crushed or imploded and ready to be remelted. Okay, so they remelt it. To be able to use external cullet in production, what does that mean?
What's cullet? I don't even know what that is.
I don't know. Any contaminants should be removed as much as possible. Typical contaminations are organics, paper, plastics, caps, rings, PVB foils and for flat glass, inorganic, stones, ceramic, porcelains, metals, heat-resistant, and lead glass. Manpower or machinery can be used in different stages of purification. Since they melt at higher temperatures than glass, separation of inorganics, the removal of heat-resistant glass, and lead glass is critical. See, I always kind of thought they got a big factory, they're melting it all down. Anything that's not glass just gets burned, and anything that doesn't get burned just kind of gets mixed into the new glass.
You think they have like a giant sifter and they just sift all the stuff out? The bad stuff?
I
the
guess
ceramics,
they could crush the glass enough that it gets sifted. I don't know.
I do enjoy the little Recycle Man symbol. It's funny that it's called Tidy Man. It's a Tidy Man symbol. There's no link to it, unfortunately, but I didn't know it had a name.
I didn't know it had a name either.
Yeah, so when you see the little recycling triangle, but there's a person in it,
putting a glass
that's a Tidy Man.
Into a container.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's to show you that, hey, it's intended to encourage recycling.
Yeah, I mean, it's Tidy Man. Tidy Man.
If they had a cape on them, that would encourage even more people to recycle, including kids.
I think so, because everybody wants to see themselves as the hero.
Oh, are you kidding me?
I'm not kidding you. I'm serious, Jason.
Everyone wants to be the goddamn hero. They'll kill people to be the hero.
Oh boy, I am curious about this. Okay, glass aggregate, a mix of colors crushed into a small size, is substituted for pea gravel or crushed rock in many construction and utility projects, saving municipalities such as the city of Tumwater, Washington Public Works, thousands of dollars depending on the size of the project. Glass aggregate is not sharp to handle. In many cases, the State Department of Transportation has specifications for use, size, and percentage of quantity for use. Common applications are as pipe bedding, placed around sewers, stormwater, or drinking water pipes to transfer weight from the surface and protect the pipe. Another common use is as fill to bring the level of concrete floor even with the foundation. Hey, that's pretty interesting. All right, but we got to move on here.
You heard it here first. Protect the pipe. Yeah.
Ooh, all right. I do see shopping centers here, Jason.
Whoa.
We could get to shopping centers, food court, fast food, KFC.
Oh, shopping centers are known for their food court.
All right, let's go.
What was your favorite food court fast food restaurant at your local mall?
That's a tough question. I think like the one that stands out when I was real young, like barely had a memory, is Orange Julius.
Okay.
Does that ring a bell?
Yes. I only went there a handful of times.
Same.
It was not good.
I think it was an orange juice based fast food
It was just
place.
orange, right? It was everything was just orange. I'm just like, there's other places where I can get a papaya mango.
Right.
And why am I coming here just for oranges?
I don't know, but it sticks out in my head for whatever reason.
I remember in Orange Julius, my personal favorite when I was young was the Manchu Walk. I don't know if you remember that.
I am not familiar with the man.
That is the Asian. That is basically what is now Panda Express, but it was called Manchu Walk. The homie would be out there with the little sticks.
Yeah.
Oh my God. Classic.
And you were like, me man, me too.
Yeah. And then I was like, hey, I'm a tidy man as well, and I recycle that toothpick.
Hell yeah.
Yeah.
The first known collections of retailers under one roof are public markets dating back to ancient times and Middle Eastern covered markets. The Middle Easterns.
They
The first
invented it.
ones to go to the mall. Let's get an Orange Julius in here while we're at it. Cool us down.
What was the name of your mall?
Christiana Mall.
Come again?
Christiana Mall.
Say it without the mall.
Christiana.
Christiana. Is that the city that it was in?
Christiana it's not the city, but it's
Town area?
I don't know what I think it's a river actually, but
Okay.
yeah, it's kind of an area because there's like I don't know why.
How do you
I
say it
don't know.
again?
Christiana.
It just sounds like it's going to be Christianity.
Christianity Mall.
Christiana Mall. Christiana Mall.
A shopping mall is a type of shopping center, a North American term originally meaning a pedestrian promenade with shops along it, but in the late 1960s began to be used as a generic term for large shopping centers anchored by department stores, especially in clothes centers. Okay, do you want to go to shopping mall and maybe get to food court and get to fast food?
Yeah.
And we really might just have to gloss over some of this stuff here. Oh, mall design probably, right?
Probably.
High land prices in populous cities have led to the concept of the vertical mall, in which space allocated to retail is configured over a number of stories, accessible by elevators and escalators. The concept of a vertical mall was originally conceived in the late 1960s by the Mafco Company, former shopping center development division of Marshall Field and Company. The Water Tower Place skyscraper in Chicago, Illinois was built. Oh, that building's fascinating. I think it's the one where their whole pitch was you never have to leave the building. It's your apartment is above a shopping mall that has everything you could ever want.
Wow. That's
a nightmare.
Yeah.
It's
just
such
to
a
be
food court. Here we go.
To be stuck in like, a one block like little city basically.
Yeah,
It's
let
like,
me just
that happens to be pretty much just a store.
hover over the Water Tower Place. Is a large urban mixed-use development, shopping mall, hotel, theater, and condominiums.
Ooh, it
Yeah.
does have everything.
It has it all. 74 floors. Okay. Do you want to go to food
court? Or
Okay.
there was fast food in there too.
Oh, where? Let's go to fast food. Where's fast food? Oh, a common feature of a shopping mall is a food court. This typically consists of a number of fast food vendors. Ooh, all right. We're on fast food.
Fast food.
Should we just go to find KFC here? Whoa, pre-industrial old world. I do want to know about old fast food.
Old fast food.
In the cities of Roman antiquity, much of the urban population living in multi-story apartment blocks depended on food vendors for much of their meals. The forum itself served as a marketplace where Romans could purchase baked goods and cured meats. I think you would love the Roman Forum, Jheisson. In the mornings, bread soaked in wine was eaten as a quick snack, and cooked vegetables and stews later in Papinia, a simple type of eating establishment. Okay, I see a picture here. Look at this. All right. Neighboring fast food restaurant advertisement signs in Bowling Green, Kentucky for Wendy's, KFC, Crystal, and Taco Bell. Do you want to go to KFC?
Yeah.
I bet we could. Ooh.
It's got to be here. I mean,
It's got to be in the sea also.
How can you have a whole... well, although it could be negative press. They could hire somebody to take it out of Wiki.
You think No, Wiki does not. Wiki
KFC?
is an authentic
KFC money.
source
Come
of
on,
knowledge.
Man. KFC money.
All right. KFC, also known as Kentucky Fried Chicken. The C stands for chicken, Jheisson.
Shit.
Not Colonel or Curse. What was it?
It was Curse.
It was Curse. Is an American fast food restaurant chain headquartered in Louisville, Kentucky that specializes in fried chicken. It is the world's second largest restaurant chain after McDonald's. Huh. I wouldn't have expected that,
The
honestly.
Colonel? Hell yeah.
But it's good chicken.
It's great chicken.
The chain is a subsidiary of Yum Brands, a restaurant company that also owns Pizza Hut, Taco Bell, and Wing Street chains.
Never heard of Wing Street.
KFC was founded by Colonel Harlan Sanders, an entrepreneur who began selling fried chicken from his roadsides restaurant in Corbin, Kentucky during the Great Depression.
Let's go to Colonel Harlan Sanders.
I like it.
Yeah.
Let me just finish
Yeah.
reading a little bit about him. Sanders identified the potential of the restaurant franchising concept, and the first Kentucky Fried Chicken franchise opened in Utah in 1952. Not in Kentucky?
Crazy, right?
All right, we're on. Look at this guy.
He looks pretty haunting.
He does look haunting.
He's in all white. He looks like a ghost already. His hair is white.
Yeah.
His skin is white.
I would honestly love to get haunted by a guy that brings chicken, though.
That'd be kind of nice.
Colonel Harlan David Sanders, born September 9th, 1890, and died December 16th, 1980, was an American businessman known best for founding fast food chicken restaurant KFC and later acting as the company's brand ambassador and symbol. Wow, he's like Batman. He became more than just a person. He became a symbol.
Symbol for the future.
And obesity. The title Colonel is a honorific title.
So he's not a real colonel.
The highest awarded by the Commonwealth of Kentucky and is not a military rank. The governor of Kentucky bestows the honor of a colonel's commission by issuance of letters patent?
I thought it said that the governor keeps trying to reiterate the fact that it's not
just to be clear,
real
you're not
military
a
position.
colonel.
Yeah, like he just comes in to Kentucky, dick swinging, thinking that
saluting left and
just
right.
saluting left and right. Yeah.
Okay. So what do you think? Should we go to legacy
Death.
beyond death?
Go to. I want to see.
All right.
Yeah, who he started haunting.
Sanders was diagnosed with acute leukemia in June 1980. He died at Louisville Jewish Hospital of pneumonia on December 16th, 1980, at the age of 90.
Damn, had leukemia and the pneumonia got him.
I think that's pretty classic. Pneumonia always creeps in there when you got your guard down. Sanders had remained active until the month before his death, appearing in his white suit to crowds. His body lay in state in the rotunda of the Kentucky State Capitol in Frankfort. His body is just chilling in the Capitol.
But it's buried.
I think to lay in state, let me hover over lay in state. Laying in state is the tradition in which the body of a deceased official is placed in a state building either outside or inside a coffin to allow the public to pay their respects.
Yo, that's a field trip.
That's a field trip.
Yeah, I'll pay my respects.
Yeah, I bet that coffin is finger looking good.
To the oh yeah. Now they should. Now
people
people should be going to the colonel. That's the American Blarney Stone.
Blarney.
Blarney Stone is the colonel's. What is it? Chicken wings.
Yeah, I bet they did the 11 herbs and spices on the coffin.
And he got buried in the white suit with a bucket of chicken.
I would hope so. Maybe not with the chicken, but
I would hope so.
you would.
Yeah, with a bucket of chicken.
Maybe with the secret recipe.
Ooh, oh, you mean like with the handwritten recipe?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, that would be great.
His wife, Claudia, died on December 31st, 1996 at the age of 94. Here you go, Jheisson. Beyond KFC, the Japanese Nippon Professional Baseball League has developed an urban legend of the curse of the Colonel. A statue of Colonel Sanders was let's just go to the curse of the Colonel.
But okay.
Or I think we're going to read the same thing. All right, we made it. Just over the nick of time.
Perfect timing, as always.
The curse of the Colonel refers to a 1985 Japanese urban legend regarding a reputed curse placed on the Japanese Kansai-based Hanshin Tigers baseball team by the ghost of deceased KFC founder and mascot Colonel Sanders.
That was their mascot. That's awesome.
Well, no, it's KFC founder and mascot.
Their mascot was the Tigers.
Yeah.
What if their team was the Kansai-based Hanslin Colonel Sanders?
I mean, that basically is a minor league baseball team. They would name their mascot the Colonel Sanders and have them like racing with chicken, chasing like who's the McDonald's burger guy? The
Hamburglar?
The Hamburglar, yeah.
I don't like that guy.
Exactly. Neither does the Colonel. That's why they're rivals in minor league baseball.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
The curse was said to be placed on the team because of the Colonel's anger over treatment of one of his storefront statues, which was thrown into the Dantabori River by celebrating Hanshin fans before their team's victory in the 1985 Japanese Championship Series. Now, the Colonel died in 1980. They're saying he was mad about it. So he was mad in death?
Well, no. The fact that they threw out the statue.
Right.
The Colonel was mad that they threw out his statue.
The dead Colonel was mad.
And decided to curse the team.
Right, okay.
I take it as like if it would to be like, I don't know, like a team or the fans of a team destroyed, I don't know, a statue of what are you
trying to say?
I'm trying to compare it to something like if a sporting team were to do something to a statue and then from then on they like have a terrible losing streak and they'll just say like, hey,
I see.
That statue of Selena.
Oh, here we go. Yeah, you don't mess with Selena statues.
You don't fuck with Selena in the Southwest, baby. You don't do that at all.
No way.
So you fucking...
You're going to get cursed.
Yeah, you've vandalized the statue of Selena, and she'll curse you up a storm.
Oh, boy. She's got time.
Yeah, and the outfits.
And, oh, boy. A glittery curse.
Right.
Well, I would say it's kind of similar maybe to the Chicago Cubs. They had the curse of the Billy Goat.
What, did somebody fuck a goat?
I want to say yes, but I don't think that's it.
Okay. They weren't in my fraternity.
No, they weren't. You guys were going Greek with goats.
Yeah.
I believe maybe it's something to the effect of like a guy with a goat wanted to go into the game and they were like, you can't bring your goat in here. Get the hell out of here. And it caused a scene and then they lost for like the next 110 years or something.
Yeah, that was the goat's fault.
Okay, let's see.
But you're right. There's other baseball stuff that's referred to, like the Curse of the Bambino.
Classic. Comparisons are often made between the Hanshin Tigers and the Boston Red Sox, who were said to be under the curse of the Bambino until they won the World Series in 2004. The curse of the Colonel has also been used as a boogeyman threat to those who would divulge the secret recipe of 11 herbs and spices that result in the unique taste of his chicken.
I like that. The KFC marketing, like,
they played into it.
They turned the negative thing, the negative Japanese media thing, into like, that's right. You guys probably did something to the Colonel and that chicken. Somebody was probably talking about this the secret spices.
No, I think it was the statue that was thrown in the river.
Yeah, but you never know.
And so here's the history of it. The 1985 Japan series, the Hanshin Tigers are located in Kansai, the second largest metropolitan area in Japan. They are considered the eternal underdogs of Nippon professional baseball in opposition to the Yomiuri Giants of Tokyo, who are considered the kings of Japanese baseball. The devoted fans flock to the stadium no matter how badly the Tigers play in baseball. In 1985, much to the nation's surprise, the Hanshin Tigers faced the Cebu Lions and took their first and only victory in the Japan series, largely due to the effects of star slugger Randy Bass, later a state senator from Oklahoma, an American playing for the team.
Randy Bass. What a cool name.
It's a pretty cool name. It's not as good as Irish Power, but pretty good.
Yeah, but still, you can play a lot with, what is his name again? Something Bass?
Randy Bass.
Randy Bass. Yeah, Randy kick your ass Bass. Like, yeah, a little.
That was his slogan when he was running for senator.
It's a good sports name. It's a good sports name.
It is. The fan base went wild, and in a riotous celebration gathered at Ebisu Bridge in Dantabori, Osaka on October 16th, 3 weeks before the Japan series. There, an assemblage of supporters yelled the players' names, and with every name, a fan resembling a member of the victorious team leapt from the bridge into the waiting canal.
Whoa.
Jeez, this sounds like a kamikaze situation.
Yeah.
However, lacking a Caucasian person to imitate MVP Randy Bass, the rabid crowd this is so funny. The rabid crowd seized a plastic statue of Colonel Sanders. Like Bass, the colonel had a beard and was not Japanese. From a nearby KFC.
Like Bass.
Oh man, this is great. And tossed it off the bridge as an effigy. According to the urban legend, this impulsive maneuver cost the team greatly, beginning the curse of the Colonel, which states that the Tigers will not win the championship again until the statue is recovered. Subsequently, numerous attempts had been made to recover the statue, often as part of a variety TV show. What about the other dudes that jumped in the water? Did anyone try to recover them?
Nah, Sanders is the reason.
So then they had an 18-year losing streak, which, based on what we've read so far, it sounded like they sucked before this, too.
Right, it wasn't like they were just on top of the world for a while, yeah.
After their success in the 1985 series, the Hanshin Tigers began an 18-year losing streak, placing last or next to last in the league. Brief rallies in 1992 and 1999 brought hope to fans, but they were soon followed with defeat. During this time, attempts were made to recover the statue, including sending divers down and dredging the river, but they all had failed. Fans apologized to the store manager, but the statue remained in the canal, and the Tigers cursed. Let's go to Death in the Canal. Maybe he's haunting the canal too. For 24-year-old Hanshin Tigers fan Masaya Shitabaka, tough last name there.
I mean, not for them. Like if you're a foreign exchange student, you're here, then yes. But
Masaya Shitabaka, the 2003 celebration was a tragedy. He drowned in the canal, with all reports being that he had been shoved in by the revelers. To prevent future incidents, the Osaka City Council ordered the construction of a new Ebisubashi Bridge beginning in 2004, which will make it more difficult for fans to take the celebratory leap should the curse of the Colonel be broken.
So I'm fairly sure it's Shitababa who's haunting them and not the
but
Colonel.
they've been cursed since the statue.
Right. Oh, okay. And that was, okay, I thought it was the same day.
I think Shitababa got dragged in by the Colonel.
Okay.
They're blaming it on the revelers.
Like the smell of the chicken or something?
Exactly. He's like a mysterious siren that calls you to the river.
Ooh.
That's a spicy river, man.
You can smell the herbs from even from afar.
The Colonel was finally discovered in the Dantanbori River on March 1st, 2009. Divers who recovered the statue at first thought it was only a large barrel and shortly after a human corpse, but Hanshin fans on the scene were quick to identify it as the upper body of the long-lost Colonel. What if they?
The Colonel, he's back.
It's the Colonel, and then it was actually a human body. The right hand and lower body were found the next day, but the statue is still missing its glasses and left hand. It is said that the only way the curse can be lifted is by returning the long-lost glasses and left hand. I think they want the curse at this point. If they're like saying, no, we need the glasses. Oh, the statue was later recovered with replacement of new glasses in hand and returned to KFC Japan, as the KFC restaurant that the statue originally belonged to no longer exists. The statue was now placed in the branch near Koshin Stadium.
Which I take it is where they play, I hope.
I hope so,
The
too.
Tigers,
Yeah.
yeah.
So,
Pretty cool.
yeah, that is pretty cool. Man, the scene of them just going, we need a white guy.
And there's like, but imagine being in Japan.
Oh, I
And
can.
you need a white guy. Well, no, you shouldn't imagine, or else you would have gone thrown.
I've been in Japan, and
Okay.
I stood out like
Right.
a sore thumb.
So imagine you are looking for a white man.
yeah.
And you're like, there's nowhere.
There's-
You see the Colonel Sanders? You're about as white as you can get. I mean, his outfit, his drip is white.
Yeah, and I've been knocking back some sake. I'm gonna be like, we're throwing that in the river.
Yeah. Man, that's awesome. Now I'm hungry. Now I want to get some
Me
KFC.
too.
Yeah. I hope I don't get cursed though.
No, you won't get cursed. Just, go at it politely. All right, so that's the episode. We did it. We went from the Blarney Stone to Curse of the Colonel. Once again, thank you all for tuning in. Any parting words, Jason?
No, just another reminder, guys, to please like and review us on Apple Podcast and Spotify. And also just, I'm glad you enjoyed. Thank you.
Yeah, learn something. Bye.
Later.